Good afternoon, everyone. Sports and tourism share the same power, the power to move people. Sport moves us through discipline, passion, and achievement. Tourism moves us through discovery, culture, and connection. And when these two come together, they create opportunities that uplift communities, inspire youth, and unite nations. And this is exactly what this Caribbean Athlete Retreat represents. I pause to recognize Mrs. Thea Lafford-Gatson, Dominica's Sports Ambassador and Destination Brand Ambassador. Mrs. Jessica Robinson, Officer in charge of Discover Dominica Authority. Ms. Roseanne Farrington, the Deputy Commissioner of the USVI Tourism. Ms. Chelsea Williams, Chief Executive Officer of Pelago Trips. Mr. Brendan Williams, the Chairperson of the Commonwealth Games Federation Athletes Commission, other invited guests, members of the media, viewers tuned in live via the various mediums, and ladies and gentlemen, once again, good afternoon. On behalf of the Ministry of Tourism and Discover Dominica Authority, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this historic occasion, the inaugural Caribbean Athlete Retreat Press Conference. My name is Monel Alexis. I'm the Public Relations and Communications Specialist for Discover Dominica Authority, and I'm honored to serve as your host this afternoon. Today, we are unveiling a vision that positions sports as a bridge, connects islands, empowers youth, and strengthens the bonds that makes us one Caribbean family. This press conference will set the stage for what will be an impactful weekend. Over the next few minutes, you'll hear from leaders and partners who have worked tirelessly to make this idea a reality. Together, they remind us that sports has the power to inspire, to unite, and to create opportunities that are far beyond the playing field. Now it's my pleasure to invite to the podium Miss Chelsea Williams, the Chief Executive Officer of Pelago Trips and the organizer of this event.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so happy to be here with you today on behalf of Pelago Trips. First, thank you to all our media friends, community leaders, and supporters. It really means a lot to have you here as we launch something truly special. The Caribbean Inaugural Athlete Retreat isn't just another weekend event. It's a vision, a space where our athletes can grow as whole human beings, not just competitors. It's rooted in our love for the Caribbean, in the power of nature, and in helping these young athletes discover their full potential. We've always believed in Pelago Trips, in discovering a new magic in Caribbean travel, in harmony with nature. So when the chance came to collaborate with Olympian Thea Lafford-Gatson, the University of the Virgin Islands, the USVI Department of Tourism, Discover Dominica Authority, and the Dominica Tourism Department, in alignment with the Dominica State College, it felt like everything aligned. Together, we're creating an experience that's about so much more than sports. It's about resilience, it's about growth, and it's about embracing every part of the journey. This year's theme, Embracing the Comeback Mindset of a Champion, is really at the heart of everything we're doing. Being a champion isn't just about medals. It's how you rise after setbacks, how you learn from challenges, and how you keep showing up with heart, focus, and courage. That's what we want our athletes to take from this weekend. The retreat is centered around wellness, personal growth beyond the sports. Our athletes will immerse themselves in mindful practices, connect with the incredible nature around them, and explore tools that help them build strength, balance, and resilience in every part of life. Of course, none of this would not be possible without the amazing partners and sponsors who embrace this vision. So a huge thank you to Seacliff Eco Cottages, our accommodation partner, for providing a beautiful, restorative space that will make this experience unforgettable, and to Mocha Modern Caribbean, the Office of the Prime Minister, Sutton Place Hotel, Meadows Kitchen, Decide on Dominica, Jollis Pharmacy, J Coffee Pilates, Be Natural, the National Bank of Dominica, DFAM Rentals, and NV Suites. Your support brings this vision to life. And finally, to our rising athletes, you are why we are here. I hope this weekend inspires you, empowers you, and reminds you that setbacks aren't the end. They're just a part of the journey in becoming a champion. So this is just the beginning. Together, we're showing that the Caribbean can lead in wellness, in sports, and in creating experiences that nurture just not the mind, but also the body. So thank you, everyone, and let us just continue to embrace the comeback with the mindset of a champion. Thank you.
Embracing the comeback with the mindset of a champion. Thank you very much, Ms. Chelsea Williams, for presenting this event, and thank you also for your hard work in ensuring the success of this initiative. Up next, let's talk more on sports. To the podium, I invite Mr. Brendan Williams. He is the chairperson of the Commonwealth Games Federation Athletes Commission.
Blessed afternoon to all. Let me first recognize the presence of world and Olympic champion, sports ambassador and destination brand ambassador for the Commonwealth of Dominica, Ms. Tia Lafont-Gatson, Ms. Jessica Robinson, officer in charge of Discover Dominica Authority, Ms. Roseanne Farrington, Deputy Commissioner of USVI Tourism, Ms. Chelsea Williams, Chief Executive Officer of Pelago Trips, athletes, officials, coaches, other invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. By the brief introduction by Ms. Alexis, my name is Brendan Williams, and I'm the current chair of the Commonwealth Games Athletes Commission and also Senior Executive Director of Commonwealth Sport. Before I begin my brief remarks, let me just thank the organizer, Ms. Chelsea Williams, for bringing together this retreat to life, making a dream of positively impacting the athletes' lives and bringing industry leaders from across the world, across the region, and persons with the know-how, actual world champion, persons of major games organizers, administrators, and accomplished coach as well will be along on the panel. So let me just thank you for bringing that vision together, where our athletes in this space can come together for sports development. I see it as an opportunity that will highlight or share or bring together shared knowledge and experience between different cultural perspectives, while strengthening the bond between two countries, that is, Dominica and the USVI. Additionally, the primary objective is to highlight the importance of sports. Sports, which is a tool that can be used to build discipline, teamwork, and resilience while shaping future leaders and also creating superstars like Ms. Tia Lafont-Gatson. Also, I foresee this retreat as a legacy in the making, which will become one of the biggest forums in the Caribbean for bringing athletes and like-minded individuals in sports together, bringing across industry leaders and athletes from across the region, not just the USVI and Dominica. Furthermore, I see it as a bridge between the athletes on the verge of making a national team to athletes who will become international stars. So athletes, over the weekend, immerse yourself with the energies of the athletes such as Thea Lafont. Immerse yourself with industry leaders such as myself. And immerse yourself with all the wellness opportunities that you may have over this weekend. So enjoy. Thank you.
And thank you very much, Mr. Williams. And thank you for your strong call to action to the athletes to immerse themselves in all things happening throughout this weekend's retreat. Up next, let's hear from the Deputy Commissioner of the USVI Tourism, Miss Roseanne Farrington.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to each and every one of you. I stand on the protocol that's already established, but I'd be remiss if I don't acknowledge first the Dominican legend athlete, gold medalist, Miss Thea Lafont. It's an honor to be in your presence again. In addition to greatness, and I know greatness when I see it, so I have to acknowledge Miss Chelsea Williams. Chelsea, it's an honor and a privilege to be here in Dominica. I'm a born and raised Vincentian, and I've lived in Dominica for at least 4 years while my father served in a banking career. So for me, this is like coming back home, and the hospitality that I have received thus far is truly humbling and a testament to the fact that you do produce greatness in the form of both Thea and Chelsea. So I thank you. And it is an awesome pleasure and a humbling experience for me to be here from the United States Virgin Islands to share with all of you, your not just the diaspora that's in St. Thomas, but the local community here, the importance of collaboration and partnership, which is what we hold in high esteem. Chelsea, again, it is a true honor for me to be here to participate as the keynote speaker for this weekend's inaugural retreat. And I want to begin today by expressing gratitude to all, not just Chelsea, to the Dominica Tourism Authority, Marva, who is not here, who has been extremely gracious in extending all that's necessary, not just to Chelsea, but for the USVI to collaborate with this event and marking this as a historic moment. The gathering that we're about to participate in this weekend is definitely more than an event. In my opinion, it is historic. It is an opportunity for the U.S. Virgin Islands and Dominica to continue to collaborate. We welcomed on September 24th the inaugural flight of Contour Airlines from St. Thomas to Dominica, which continues to reignite the importance of maintaining ties. Dominica is in actuality one of the largest communities in the diaspora in St. Thomas. And in being a part of our community, you have enriched St. Thomas and the U.S. Virgin Islands with your history, your culture, your norms. Cricket, lovely cricket, my favorite sport. Sorry, Thea. But yes, the Dominicans are always fitting, alive, and well at the cricket field in St. Thomas. So it is definitely an important to our people, in addition to the Dominican community, for us to continue to do all that's necessary to encourage continued collaboration. For us in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and I bring you warm greetings from our entire Department of Tourism, led by our brand new Commissioner, Jennifer Matarangas King, in addition to our Governor, Albert Bryan. This partnership holds a very special meaning. Like I mentioned, Dominica has one of the largest communities in the St. Thomas area. And the contributions, as I noted, continue to enrich culture, economy, and community in countless ways. The retreat will formally continue to deepen the relationship and the ties that we share with this community. And I am proud to say that this afternoon we will also welcome a delegation from the University of the Virgin Islands, which further establishes the fact that we are not just building on relationships where athletics is concerned, but opportunities for exchange where education is also concerned, which are both also tied to culture, community, and sports. As I mentioned, we are also proud to welcome that we have welcomed Contour Airlines, which, as we know, throughout the Caribbean, we continue to struggle with connectivity within the region, especially in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So it's an honor that we can come back for Creole Fest and that your community can also come to the U.S. Virgin Islands to experience all of the vibes that we share. As we celebrate this inaugural retreat, let us remember that sports is not just about competition. It's about unity, discipline, and creating opportunities for our youth. Together, we can continue to harness the energy, the passion of our athletes to build a stronger Caribbean. Dominica proudly sits on the Board of Directors and the Council of Ministers with the Caribbean Tourism Organization. And these are initiatives that we proudly stand shoulder to shoulder to ensure that we're collaborating across all mediums in an effort to harness better love, communication, and the sharing of the wealth of resources that we have in the Caribbean. So on behalf of the U.S. Virgin Islands, our people and our government, I thank you once again, Chelsea. And I thank Marva and her team, in addition to your Minister of Tourism, for including the United States Virgin Islands in this important initiative. May this retreat be the beginning of many more partnerships and opportunities for collaboration and milestones to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Farrington. On behalf of the Ministry of Tourism and Discover Dominica Authority, we too are elated to have this collaboration with you and are very excited to witness what is going to happen this weekend. So thank you very much, and I do believe there's lots more to come in the very near future. Connection is everything, and Contour direct flights, it makes life easier. Thank you. Up next, we hear from the officer in charge of Discover Dominica Authority, representing CEO Ms. Marva Williams. I invite to the podium Mrs. Jessica Robinson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mrs. Tia Lafogatson, Sports Ambassador and Destination Brand Ambassador for the Commonwealth of Dominica. Ms. Roseanne Farrington, Deputy Commissioner of USVI Tourism. Ms. Chelsea Williams, Chief Executive Officer of Pelago Trips. Mr. Brendan Williams, Chairperson of the Commonwealth Games Federation Athletes Commission. Other invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. The Discover Dominica Authority is proud to serve as a partner in inaugural Caribbean Athlete Retreat taking place here in Dominica from October 3rd to 5th, 2025. This gathering marks an important step forward for our region as it brings together athletes from Dominica and the U.S. Virgin Islands to highlight the connection between sport, wellness, and tourism. In tourism, we speak of linkages, how one sector fuels another. Sports is one of the strongest of these linkages. It promotes wellness, inspires young people, and creates opportunities for communities. When combined with tourism, it becomes a catalyst for sustainable growth and regional cooperation. Dominica is well positioned to support this vision. Our mountains, rivers, hot springs, and culture offer an environment where athletes can train, recover, and thrive. This retreat illustrates the potential of sports tourism as a niche that can enhance the visitor experience while also benefiting our people. What makes this event even more significant is the partnership behind it. By connecting Dominica and the U.S. Virgin Islands, we are strengthening regional identity and promoting multi-destination travel. With Contour Airlines now offering direct flights between the USVI and Dominica, these opportunities are becoming easier to access, more impactful for athletes and visitors alike. For the athletes, this retreat is a space of knowledge sharing, cultural exchange, and leadership development. You leave the retreat stronger in your sport and also as ambassadors for your communities and for the Caribbean. We are also proud to recognize Thea, who represents us as both an athlete and a tourism ambassador, showcasing the deep link between sports and destination. I want to take a moment to sincerely thank Chelsea Williams, the visionary behind the initiative. Her leadership and commitment have brought this retreat to life, and we are honored to stand alongside her as a partner in making it a success. Thank you very much, Chelsea. Finally, I encourage all of you to return to Dominica later this month for the World Creole Music Festival, taking place October 24th to 26th at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. It is our premier cultural showcase and one of the most anticipated events in the region. For details and tickets, please visit www.dominicafestivals.com. The Discover Dominica Authority will continue to champion partnerships that connect tourism with human development. This retreat is proof of what we can achieve together, and we look forward to seeing it grow from strength to strength. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Robinson. And as she clearly stated, Dominica is the ideal space for sports and for tourism. So when thinking of a location to host a conference or retreat, think one country, one island, the name Dominica. Up next, it's my pleasure to introduce to the podium Miss Thea Lafour-Gatson. She is the Olympic gold medal in the women's. She holds the Olympic gold medal in the women's triple jump from the 2024 Paris Olympics, marking Dominica's first ever Olympic gold medal. She also won a silver medal at the 2025 World Athletics Championship in Japan. She's also Dominica's sports ambassador and the destination brand ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome her to the podium for her address.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'd like to stand on all previous protocols established, but I would also like to say and recognize Ms. Manuel Alexis. Thank you so much for being a gracious host today, Communications and Public Relations Specialist for Discover Dominica Authority. Ms. Chelsea Williams, my Captain O'Captain, the one who has been cheering this entire endeavor, the Chief Executive Officer of Pelago Trips. Brendan Williams, my dear Brendan Williams, the chairperson of the Commonwealth Games Federation. Roseanne Farrington, Deputy Commission of the USVI of Tourism. Jessica Robinson, Officer in Charge of the Discover Dominica Authority. And most importantly, the young athletes that are here today also. I want to give you guys a shout out because you weren't shout out today at all. But thank you for being here. All the people watching out in the digital world, thank you for tuning in live. And thank you for being part of something new and exciting. I guess I should start with an introduction. I feel like I've been introduced quite a bit, but hello, my name is Thea Lafour-Gatson. I am, yes, the 2024 Olympic champion in women's triple jump. I am blessed to be also the sports ambassador for the Commonwealth of Dominica. I'm blessed to be a destination ambassador for the country of Dominica and for Discover Dominica. And I'm also blessed to be an ambassador for the National Bank of Dominica. I would like to start off by saying a warm thank you to Chelsea. I cannot begin to say how imperative and amazing your work really has been leading up to this. I think that it's very rare to find someone that matches my passion in the want to give back to a community, and Chelsea has exceeded all my expectations, so thank you very much. I welcome the USVI, all members here. I will call you the delegation. It is my belief that the Caribbean is only growing stronger, and we only become stronger when we work together. I always say it is one Caribbean, one love, and having you guys here is definitely showing that this is true. This weekend is very near and dear to me. It is no secret that I prioritize the growth of not only sports education and sports on the island, but also I really try to push the importance of self-growth in whole. This weekend is aims to serve as a well of information for these young and up-and-coming athletes, but also allows them to have conversations, and I'm always an open book, honest conversations about what it is to really be an athlete in this sport, to overcome a lot of trials and tribulations, and I have had my fair share, but I really want to be a resource for the young people. This event was created not just as a unifying incentive in the Caribbean, but as a step forward in giving our region accessibility to elite resources. one thing I really do appreciate about this is that it tends to unify all the ambassadorships, I guess you could say, that I have and that I hold, especially the one as a National Bank of Dominica ambassador. And while they were not able to be here today in person, I get to stand as the representative of National Bank of Dominica. So I would like to say how proud I am of them, eager to jump on the opportunity to support and sponsor this event. But a major thank you also goes out to Discover Dominica and to the U.S. Virgin Island delegation. It means so much that you guys took time out of your day, out of your lives, to come and spend a weekend with us. I know that the road to success is not always the smoothest in the world of sports. I know that firsthand, I do. But if this weekend lights a fire of hope, lights a fire of persistence, and even allows you to rest on my shoulder, rest on each other's shoulders for a little bit while connecting, it has done its job. My hope is that the next generation has life just a little easier than I did. And my hope for you, as young athletes there, I'm talking to you now, my hope is that you leave rejuvenated. So I thank you for all being here today. And I truly, truly pray that this is just the beginning of something bigger, that we get to grow this year in and year out, because it is the inaugural, but it will not be the last. And I'm so grateful to be able to spend this experience with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. And of course, this is just the beginning. It will not be the last. Chelsea, next year, same time, same place. We shall reach out to you for that. And thank you very much, Thea, for your words of encouragement. And we look forward to hearing all the positive things that emerge from this weekend's retreat. And ladies and gentlemen, it's almost the time that we wrap up this afternoon. But it would be remiss of us to not give something to Miss Thea Lafogatson, our ambassador here for Dominica. So I invite our officer in charge. And one more to Miss Farrington. Thank you very much, Mrs. Robinson. On behalf of the Ministry of Tourism and Discover Dominica Authority, I extend sincere thanks to all our speakers and to you, the media and partners, students, athletes, for your presence and support this afternoon. A special word of appreciation goes out to Ms. Chelsea Williams, whose vision and determination have made this inaugural Caribbean Athlete Retreat a reality. As we close, I wish to inform the athletes and encourage them to have a successful weekend retreat. And may this time of growth, discovery, and friendship last forever. We also encourage you to embrace all that Dominica has to offer, from our rich Creole cuisine to our hot springs, rivers, and of course the warmth of our people. And as you enjoy the retreat, please capture and share your moments throughout the entire weekend. Post them online using the hashtags #Dominica and #DiscoverDominica so the world can celebrate with you. And remember, in just a few weeks, we turn to the Windsor Park Sports Stadium for the 25th edition of the World Creole Music Festival. That's 3 nights of world-class performances, culture, and celebration. This awaits you. For details and for tickets, visit our website, www.dominicafestivals.com. So here's my call to you. Enjoy the retreat, return for the festival, and let Dominica move you in every way. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Good luck to our athletes, and enjoy the rest of this afternoon. It has been my pleasure serving as your master of ceremonies.